Hey guys, Loco here. So today I was actually going to do G2 versus Fnatic. That game was crazy, but the TL versus Golden Guardians actually ended up topping it in terms of how important the game is and how much I need to talk about it and how much I want to talk about it. So yeah, Team Liquid lost to Golden Guardians. There's a lot of finger pointing at Doublelift playing Senna, Schernfire's level of play, and Team Liquid just basically not really caring because Broxa isn't here and they feel like they can turn it on anytime. So I really want to be able to isolate the problems and talk to you guys about, hey, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem. Because Team Liquid has some fantastic players and they have players with such high pedigree that I feel like blame is going the wrong way a lot of times. So hopefully I can answer some of your questions and yeah, give you guys a great recap. Anyways, let's get started with the draft. So let's talk about the things that are really standing out to me. I mean, obviously the Team Liquid bans, the Lucian ban, the Soraka ban. I have a lot to say about both of those. I think Team Liquid really needs to be okay with being uncomfortable and play those champions, and the limited champion pool is something that's been plaguing them forever. Also, when I look at champions like Galio and Kennen, I think it's a little bit of TL going backwards instead of going forward. These were incredibly popular champions in 2019. I'm not saying they can't be viable in 2020. It's just there are more viable, there are stronger champions that TL is choosing not to play and leaning on something that's comfortable and banning out more of the OP champions, especially from blue side. Also, the other thing that really sticks out to me is the Xayah ban, the Aphelios ban, and the Misfortune first rotation. By doing this, Golden Guardians actually forces Team Liquid to play Senna. They're doing, I dare you, Doublelift. I don't think you can play Senna. I think you are a garbage Senna. So prove us wrong. If you can play Senna, pick her here and play it. And Doublelift reluctantly picking Senna and having a bad game on it. It's just Golden Guardians are reading Team Liquid like a book. And yeah, really surprising to see Team Liquid get smashed in drafts like this. Also, let's talk about the comps overall. Team Liquid has a very straightforward teamfight comp. Jarb and Rumble, one of the best team fighting duos in the meta. Jarb and Galio, this was a duo that terrorized basically the entirety of 2019. You engage with EQR on immobile targets like Misfortune and Joey, and yeah, the follow-up is really good. Kennen, also a really good team fighter. Kennen can beat Aatrox in lane, but it is a fragile matchup. If the Kennen makes mistakes and the Aatrox gets ahead, the Kennen gets rolled over. So Team Liquid, great team fighting comp. Some flavors of 1-3-1 in there with the Galio, with the Senna, and the Kennen, but primarily this is a comp that's looking to 5v5 team fight. Golden Guardians, on the other hand, actually has a very pick-based comp. When you have champions like Thresh, Lee, and Zoe, what you're looking to do is control the map and control the vision and really try to pick people off before they can get into 5v5 team fights. This is not a comp that's particularly good versus Team Liquid when Team Liquid can engage on them and just burst down the carries like Misfortune and Zoe. So Golden Guardians actually going to do a lot of outplay, and there's onus in them in terms of being better than Team Liquid early game. So I do think Golden Guardians has been one of the more proactive teams, but I was still very surprised to see a comp like this. Now, let's get started with the gameplay. So the first play I have for you is the most iconic play of the game. It's FBI and Keith solo killing Doublelift. So you can see here Doublelift is hiding behind that minion, and Keith and FBI have been putting in so much practice on both Misfortune and Thresh, and it really shows. Their synergy is actually off the chart. So it's actually not that surprising of a move. It's a very, very classic bot lane combo. The AD carry kills a minion, and as the AD carry is killing the minion, the support shoots out a skill shot, and they're able to catch Doublelift by surprise. This is play that can be done with Morgana, Blitzcrank, Thresh, and any kind of AD carry that's able to have a strong spell that can kill a minion that's low HP. So like Ezreal, Misfortune, Lucian, you name it. And yeah, here's the play at its full glory. The hook was lined up as the Misfortune Q was going off. Just beautifully timed. They knew each other, they trusted each other, and they got it done. Really well played from Keith and FBI. I can't give them enough props because, I mean, everyone has been shitting on Keith so much. I really don't think the swap for him to go into support is any good. I still don't, even after this game, but let's give credit where credit is due. That synergy was on point. So that first blood bot lane is actually having a huge butterfly effect on the game. Keith is able to reset first, get his mobility boost. Now he's in mid lane before CoreGJ has even made it out of base, and he's really affecting this Zoe versus Rumble matchup. Rumble should be able to push up here, but due to Keith being here, he's actually not able to at all. And also now it's Golden Guardians controlling the Ripper, and it's really dangerous for TL to check into the Zoe because of her bubble, Thresh because of his hooks, and they're able to get the scuttle really freely. And this is the power of support and bot side winning. You're able to get to places first on the map and really create dangerous situations where the enemy team has to think twice about checking in. And also check out this bot lane play where Doublelift is playing too aggressive on the Misfortune. She has a BF sword, 2 Dorans, 2 longsword, and the really big thing here is both the Senna and the Galio are using their ult just to make sure Doublelift can survive. The wave is pushing into him, he could have just caught the CS that turret, but he wanted to actively trade. And this is how Doublelift plays. He's such a good AD carry when you give him the resource and when you allow him to carry and when you play through him. But Senna is not about that at all. Her strength comes from her utility. Her strength comes from being able to affect the rest of the map with her ultimate. And that's also kind of Galio's strength too. Galio wants to be ulting mid as Jarbin is EQ ulting the Zoe. The Galio wants to be ulting topside as he's coming out of base as the Kennen and the Aatrox are going one-on-one, or maybe there's a topside 2v2. The Senna wants to shoot her ult up there too. That is the playstyle that Senna and Galio wants to facilitate. But when you have a player like Doublelift that wants to play towards bot lane, that wants to play through bot lane, and you're kind of forcing him onto Senna, you get situations like this where he's doing what he knows is the best way for him to play, but it's colliding so much with the pick itself. And yeah, this is why Doublelift and Team Liquid is not a good Senna. It's not because Doublelift is so mechanically bad on Senna, it's the decision making, it's the natural play style. They're just at odds. Now here we have Shermfire and Jensen chasing down Golden Glue. I think Shermfire landed a beautiful EQ flash on Golden. He's saving his flash because even if he flashes, the J4 just follows up with his ultimate. Now Keith and FBI are going to come here. They're going to be able to land a nice flay. Jensen had to flash, he had to flash out, and Shermfire are going to die also. I think it's situations like this, if Team Liquid still had the Senna ult, still had the Galio ult, they can turn situations like this around. Yes, Jensen and Shermfire just shouldn't have been greedy and stayed to push the wave. Yes, they could have flashed out. Yes, they could have done different things. But also, TL could just have their resource in terms of Galio and Senna ult and actively be able to use it here. Yeah, just a really nice EQ flash from Shermfire, and Golden Glue dies. We see the bot lane roaming, and Jensen and Shermfire are so desperate to get this wave all the way pushed out, and gonna get flayed and gonna get kicked and insta-give. Shermfire had his flag on the wave, so he couldn't even really use it to escape either. So one thing that is problematic about Golden Guardians' comp is where does Zoe go in the mid game? When Misfortune and Thresh are mid, Zoe naturally has to go to a side lane, right? And yeah, Zoe is just not the world's best side lane champion. Golden Glue burning his stopwatch and flash here, trying to live. You just have to play extremely careful as a Zoe when you're in a side lane, or don't be in a side lane at all, and kind of give up the farm and stay mid and actually send your AD carry down bottom. I don't think Misfortune is that bad of a champion in terms of being on bot side of the map, because she can clear the wave easily with her ultimate, and she's also at least more mobile than Zoe. Just an awkward situation for Golden Guardians though. And TL gonna pick up the dragon from the early kill they got. Normally, stuff like this is huge, early Ocean Drake, but we are in Season 10 and Drake is just a lot weaker individually. Almost all the power of the Drake has gone to the soul itself, more so than the actual Drakes. So Jat talked about it on broadcast, but I think Senna's slow wave clear is also something that's really hurting Team Liquid. You can see Doublelift here trying to clear this wave. Senna just isn't a good champion when it comes to wave clear. Her Q is AoE, yes, but her auto attacks are so incredibly slow and she takes forever to clear the wave. And Doublelift gonna be a little bit greedy here. He doesn't want the wave to get pushed all the way in, so you can see how he's trying to clear while being a little too forward. So he's gonna get hit by the bubble, hit by the flay, and forced to burn flash. And as an immobile champion like Senna, burning flash like this is really bad. And also the other big thing is he got chunked, and GGS is going to be able to walk right up and use this Herald to get mid turret. Just a lot of bad things for Team Liquid. We mentioned it earlier, but Zoe doesn't want to be in a side lane, and it's going to show here once again. I mean, I don't think that was the best position Grayson could have been in, right against the wall, especially without a flash. But yeah, as a Zoe, you just have to play really careful or just be in mid lane. This is something that Golden Guardians is going to have to look back on and really think about when they play Zoe. Where is she going in the mid game? Do we have an AD carry that can go bot side? Can we just put the mid laner and the AD carry both mid lane and try to make picks? But something for them to work on. So we're going to fast forward a bit, and you can see both Golden Guardians and Team Liquid actively just trading Dragon for Herald. I think this Dragon for Herald trade, Turnfire missed the EQ. But yeah, this Dragon for Herald play is actually really weak from Team Liquid. Unless you're going for 4 Drakes, it doesn't really matter stacking that 1 Drake for a Herald, and second Herald is actually way more powerful than the first one, so Team Liquid's gonna end up losing out a lot here. The plates are a lot stronger than they were before. Actually, the plate part doesn't matter because it's 17 minute and plates go down at 14 minute, but anyways, yeah, just in general, Herald for Drake, a lot stronger for the Herald team, not the Drake team, unless the Drake team is actively stacking Dragon from very start of the game. Now let's fast forward a bit more. You can see Golden Guardians trying to control Dragon. They're trying to get mid priority. They don't want to give up any more dragons to Team Liquid, and Team Liquid finally grouped up and they can start looking for a team fight. Core JJ walking up, Closer got rooted. I don't know how Turnfire missed that EQ. Doublelift forced to flash out because of the misfortune ult. And Core JJ put his ward down, gonna flash taunt 2 people. Rumble ult following up on Keith. I wish that Rumble ult was in a diagonal. Impact got a beautiful flank. Nicely done from Team Liquid, but you can see their coordination and how they're engaging is just not what it used to be in 2019. Yes, they have Broxa, or they don't have Broxa and they have Turnfire, but the rest of the team is just not playing crispy clean like they used to. So they will be able to get this Dragon, but it's going to come at a cost. While TL were doing Dragon and clearing out Golden Guardian's blue side of the jungle, Golden Guardians spotted an opportunity to sneak Baron, and they're going to be able to get it. And everyone's going to be able to get out. It is so incredibly hard to take Baron earlier on in the game now without Mountain Drake, so giving away Barons like this is actually so catastrophic. I just don't know why TL made that decision to stay bot side for so long, but they're going to get punished very heavily for it. So here's a reason why I'm very hopeful and positive about Golden Guardians, and especially Closer. They know how to pull the trigger and they know how to play proactive. They're going to split on both mid lane and bot lane, FBI ulting to get Jensen chunked and pushing him away from the wave, and they're going to be able to play for this bottom one here. Closer going in with the QR kick, immediate follow up by Keith, and yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. They're able to kill Doublelift so freely. And now Core JJ also going to get picked up in the process. That means bottom inhib is going to be gone, and so is mid inhib. TL actually gets pretty lucky here that GG's not able to end, but beautiful job by Closer punishing Team Liquid and actually just pulling the trigger and not being scared. They realize how ahead they are. I don't know what that Rumble ult was from Jensen. If he wanted to use Rumble ult to clear, he could have just done it a lot earlier. Now going to be even giving up more kills here. So much stopwatch from Golden Guardians. Wow, all 5 members live. What the hell? It's a 5v1. Oh, but we have rest of Team Liquid respawning. Doublelift missing his ult on FBI, and GG able to clean house. 2 inhibitors, 2 inhibitor turrets, 4 kills. That was such a massive Baron play. About 6k gold Baron play. Well done. Now Golden Guardians already reset. They're going to be pushing up topside. I mean, the game's pretty much done. All they have to do is stay topside, put on pressure, and not get caught out. And the super minions will do their job. Like super minions this early in the game, especially when TL doesn't have the best wave clear, the only person that can really wave clear is Jensen. It's gonna hurt, and it's gonna be a lot of pressure. You can see them crashing in the wave topside. Haunter staying mid lane to threaten the flank. Misfortune ulting. She's just ulting to get people off the turret. And sometimes that's all you need to do. Thresh with the lantern already down there. Closer with the insect on Jensen. Jensen, I'm not sure why he's overheated here. Oh my god, you really need to control your heat. Because he was overheated, he couldn't reply with the Rumble ult. That was actually pretty huge. And yeah, this kind of showing that Team Liquid can't really play some of the champions that they're picking and how far off the base they are in the meta. Not really great Senna play, not really great Rumble play, and looks like GGS just cleaning house. Once they get that top inhibitor here, 3 inhibs down at 30 minutes, that's going to be pretty GG. And you can see how meaningless the 3 dragons were until you get that dragon soul. And if you're gonna kind of give yourself to get the dragons early while giving away Herald or giving away multiple things on the map, maybe like a turret, you actually put yourself in a really bad situation, because really they aren't that strong until you get that 4th dragon and you get that dragon soul. So as a team, most teams have to really think about, is it worth playing for this dragon if we're not getting it for free and we have to give up something in return? And Golden Guardians finishing out this game, just well played to them, major props. So I hope you enjoyed that Loco recap. I try to be really fair about why Team Liquid is having such big problems and why they're 0-4 on Senna. And I hope nobody witch hunts their players for some of the things I said, because yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to give, I'm not going to say unbiased critique, because I coach for a bunch of teams. I have been friends with certain players. I've been enemies with certain players. So it'll never be unbiased, but I try to make it fair as possible. If you have any questions or anything you want to comment on, don't forget to leave something down below and I'll try to get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye guys!